Welcome. I'm Heather. Thanks so much for joining me for this bedtime yoga practice. Perfect way to unwind at the end of the day and, yeah, to release any stress or tension from your body, from your mind, and get you ready for a good night's sleep. For tonight's class, we will do a few of our leg stretches with the belt. So if you want to make sure that you have um, if you don't have a yoga belt, a yoga strap, if you want to look for something else you can use, I don't recommend the stretchy bands, but you can, maybe you've got a bathrobe tie that you can take off, something like that, or a scarf. And we'll just take a few moments in a seated position, seated on a cushion or on a chair. Just for a moment, we're going to close our eyes and come more into yourself, come towards your center with your attention, with your focus, and taking a nice deep breath in. And a nice long breath out. Releasing. Do that 2 more times. Take a nice deep breath in. And a nice slow breath out. Breathing on your own time, at your own pace. One more breath like that. And release. Just start to roll your head a little bit. Roll it from side to side. And then you can turn your head to one side, look over that shoulder for a moment. And then slowly back to center, turning your head to the other side, holding that position for a few breaths. And then coming back to center, releasing that, tucking your chin down this time. And on your breath in, lifting your chin up. We'll do that for 3 more breaths. Starting to move a little bit more through your upper body, opening your chest a bit more, shoulders roll back as your chin lifts. And belly in as your chin comes down. 1 more breath like that. Good. Then we'll release our legs from whatever position they're in at this point. If you're sitting on a chair, you can stay there. Just widen out your legs a little bit. Come right to the front edge of your chair. If you're seated on the floor, again, I'm sitting on a little cushion to help align the hips and pelvis a bit better. We'll just do a little bit of tapping, making loose fists with your hands, coming down the outsides of the legs, and then up the insides of your legs. We'll do that 2 more times. Just breathing as you do this. This is a shiatsu massage technique. We're going to come down the tops of the legs and just helping to increase, stimulate your circulation and energy flow through your legs and feet. We tend to get tired, achy legs and feet when our circulation is sluggish, when our energy is maybe a bit stagnant. Come down the backs of the legs now. So you can even take a moment to kind of massage out through the hips and buttocks there. And then come down the backs of the legs. Bend your knees, come to the inside. We'll do that again 1 more time. And then just shaking all that out, releasing it, shaking your feet out a little bit, softening, relaxing through your legs, noticing if you can feel any different sensation, maybe a little bit more of that flow through your legs. Okay. Circling your ankles. Rolling through your feet a few times, one direction, and then switching the other way. And then just leaning back for a moment on your hands. We're going to bend the knees. We're going to slide the feet to the side. We're going to come onto our feet. Actually, we're going to come into a standing position. So taking your time to get there, however you need to. We're going to slowly rise up. And just for a few moments, we're going to do a few things in a standing position. Noticing your body here as you take a moment to stand with alignment, standing up nice and straight and tall, right through your upper body, right through your head. And then we're going to shift. So if you're close to a wall or close to a chair, you can support your body here. We're just going to roll a little bit more out through the foot and ankle, and then start to roll a little bit through the knee. So I'm circling my lower leg and foot, opposite direction. And then just a little circle. You can even, if you don't want to lift your leg too much, I'm moving right from the hip here. I'm drawing a circle with my foot, with my big toe, opposite direction. Creating some movement, some opening in that hip, lubricating it. And then we're going to switch to the other side. Again, if you want a little support there, use the wall, use a chair. Roll out through that knee. And then you can move through that leg. And we're moving now right from the hip joint. Rolling in the opposite direction a few times too. And I'll come back to center. And then just to move through the knees a little bit more, we're going to slide the hands right above, bring the feet closer together, rolling here. And then releasing that, coming back to center. Separating your feet a little bit wider, this time making some hip circles. Moving, you can move as slow or as quick as you want. And don't forget to breathe. And we'll switch the direction of those circles, rolling the hips. And coming back to center. And then moving upwards into the upper body, starting to create a little bit more of a looseness. We're going to flow the arms, and I'm just doing this very gently. Arms swinging side to side, feeling the twist in your back. We can take, as you come back to center, take your hands slowly out to the sides, bring your hands on top of your shoulders, and rolling through there a little bit. Good. Opposite direction again. And then out through the arms. Well, let's make bigger circles with the arms. Starting to circle all the way through. And then we'll go in the opposite direction. You can start with smaller circles, gradually widening out. And circling right through your arms. Keep breathing here. Good. Let's lift the shoulders up towards the ears, releasing on the exhale. Inhale, lift, exhale, release. One more time. Good. Releasing that stress, that we tend to carry around with us on the backs of our shoulders, on the back. Awesome. This time, as you inhale, let's reach those arms straight up over the head and come into a nice side bend. Exhaling to one side, holding that for about 2 breaths. Inhaling back to center. Exhaling other side. Inhale, come back to center. This time as you exhale, we're going to release the arms, but also bend forward from the hips and let your upper body hang. Opening the backs of the legs. If you need some support underneath your hands, if you got something you can put there. Alternately, if you want to come up halfway, plant the feet, bend the knees slightly, come up halfway. And then again, exhale and sink. Good. Inhale, bend your knees, plant your feet, slowly rise up. Bring your hands up to the sides, palms facing forward. Breathing in to reach up. And breathing out, we're going to bring the hands down. As you bring the hands down, we're going to connect to the earth, bending the knees. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands down. This is actually one of the basic Qigong movements. One of the opening exercises that really helps to balance the energy running through all the energy channels of the body. So you're connecting to the earth, breathing in, reaching up to the sky, exhaling, coming down. We'll do this 2 more times. Good. 1 more breath. And I'm bending the knees slightly, and then this time inhale, come up. And exhale, bring your hands down together at the heart center. And take a moment just to feel through your whole body, from your head all the way down to your feet, noticing how you feel tonight. Bringing awareness all the way through. Oftentimes throughout the day when we're especially busy, we kind of forget that we have this body, or it's easier to ignore when we're busy doing other things. And now's an opportunity to just really connect, to do something that feels good. Continue to do things that feel good as we move through our class here tonight. All right, next time, if you want, we're going to start coming down, but we're going to come into a tabletop pose first. But breathing in, reaching your arms up. Breathing out, exhaling, coming over. And then I'm just going to slide my hands forward, almost like a downward dog. Slide the feet back. Let's actually come into puppy pose. So if you slide your knees a little bit further back, slide your arms out and then come onto your elbows, lowering your head down for a moment. It'll help to open up the space in your shoulders, your upper back. Breathing here, letting your body open. Next time you inhale, come forward for a moment. You can pause there, or let's come right down onto the belly in the Sphinx. So slide your arms out. You're resting on the front of your hips, your pelvis. Curling through your spine gently. Breath here. Feel the breath in, coming into your body. Feel the breath releasing all the way back out. This time as you exhale, slide both arms straight out in front of you. Reach a little bit through your arms. Your thumbs can point up. You feel a nice gentle stretch in your arms and the backs of the shoulders. You can lift the right leg slightly off and at the same time lift the left arm and just gently pull forward with that arm. Pull back a little bit with your right leg. Good. Releasing that. Let's try the other side. Lifting the left leg slightly off the floor, but also pulling back. Doing the same with the right arm. Opposite hand and opposite arm and leg. Good. Release down. Take a moment to rest here. Head straight. We're going to bend the right knee. Bring the foot up in the air. And see if you can reach behind you for that foot. If that feels difficult, you can try something different. You can roll over onto your side. And see if you can grab that foot behind you. Bring in the knee in alignment with your hip if you're on your side. For sure, try not to lift or drop the knee. I'm going straight back with that foot. The foot is directly behind your hip. And pausing here for just a few more breaths, helping to stretch and open through the front of your quad there. Remember, the breath is the most important part of your pose. It helps you to stay connected to your body, to the feeling of your body and stretch. Keep your energy flowing and helps your body to also release more deeply, especially with the long exhalation. So now if you release that side, lengthen out there through the right arm, the right leg. Feel that stretch as you move in opposite directions there with hand and foot. And then bending your left knee and deciding, do you want to be on your side for this one? Is it comfortable to stay on your belly? Focusing on your breath. A nice slow deep breath in. And a long breath out. That long breath out will help your body to release into this pose. You'll open your body up here. We'll stay for 2 more breaths. And at the end of this exhale, release your foot. Reach out a little bit more with your left arm straight out in front of you. Reach a little bit with your left leg back. I'm going to do the right side again. We're just going to reach out through the right arm. I'm just keeping it along the floor. Same thing with the leg. And then move a little bit more on the left side, reaching out through your arm on the left side. Good. Come back to center and release both arms and legs. Notice if you can feel your breath deep down into your belly.
maybe even into your lower back there. Begin to slide your hands right underneath your shoulders. Pressing into your hands to come up off your belly if you're still on your belly. If you're on your side, we're going to make our way into child pose. Releasing the lower back, releasing the entire back, coming into a comfortable place. If it is comfortable to have your legs in this position, if it's not, you can slide forward a little bit, do more of that, a little bit more like the puppy pose, hips stay lifted, if that's more comfortable for your knees, feet, or ankles. You can support your upper body. That's always nice. You might feel like you can really relax into this position. Notice if it feels really supportive, helping you to relax. And stay for just a couple more breaths here. And when you're ready, we're gonna come back up. You might come up onto your hands and knees and do a little bit more of the cat-cow. So you inhale, chin forward, and exhale, chin in towards your chest. Continue to flow here through your spine feel the wave-like movement here up and down. Move on your own time, following your breath. This time as you inhale, come back to center. Reaching your left arm out. We're going to slide it right behind the right, palm facing up until you can rest on the side of your left shoulder and the side of your head. And you decide how you want to be positioned here. With your other arm, you can press your hand down. You can reach your arm out. Or you can try bringing that arm behind you. There's lots of variations there. Cool. Then we'll use our right hand to come back up. Back to table. We'll reach the right arm straight out. Slide it through over as far as you can to the left, palm facing up, resting here. Allowing your body to sink and settle into this position, into your support. We'll stay here for about 2-3 more breaths. At the end of this exhale, again, plant your left hand down, come up. Release through your ankles and feet. You might roll your feet out a little bit. I'm just lifting my feet slightly off. Good. Sink back. Turn your hands forward, planting your fingers down. Alternately, you can come up and do this one at a time. Pressing your fingers back. You can switch. and release. And we're going to do one more thing from this position. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me better. You might turn sideways if you want to stay on your mat. We're going to do the gate pose. I'm going to reach out through that right leg and reach up through the left arm. Pausing here for a few breaths. And then on your exhalation, release. Bring that leg back to center. And we'll slide the other leg out. If you need a little more cushioning underneath your knees at any point, please start to do that if you notice your knees get achy on your mat. And we'll pause here for a few more breaths. The next time you inhale, come up. Exhale to release. Coming back to center. All right, from this position, I'm just going to turn towards my mat again, turn the feet outwards to one side, and come down onto the seat. Make sure you have access to your belt. We are going to do some stretches right away as soon as we come onto the back. But first, we are going to do a hip opener. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together, maybe a little bit of movement here with your legs. Breath here. And we're going to, before we come forward, we're going to do a little bit of rolling movement. So I'm going to, it looks like this from the front. You don't have to switch position, but just so you know what I'm doing here. We're going to roll through the upper body. And then we'll move in the opposite direction. And again, just doing this so wherever it feels good. And maybe you want to pause to one side, coming over into your pose, pausing. So a little bit more leaning towards one side. Come back to center, come over to the other side, lean a little bit if that feels good. And come back to center. Now we'll come straight over into that forward bend version. I'm going to show you how to use support here if you have something like I'm using, or if you don't, you can also try with a few blocks. So I'll show you both. And come forward. Support the head. It feels really awesome to be able to let the head settle into the support, releasing the neck. Okay, if you don't have a bolster, you can try with a few blocks, see if you can make them. And I would just hold on to them together. This is a great position to try if you do experience headaches. It can help prevent, even they say it can help prevent some migraines. Okay, and then you can release. We're going to release the legs from that position and just widen them out, straight out. Okay, and sitting up nice and tall, and then we'll come over slightly into this wide-legged forward bend again. If you have some support, you can place it at your head, find that right spot. Pause and just breathe here. Let your arms relax, your shoulders release down. And then release from this position. Slowly, you can bring your bolster, whatever you've got there, to the side. Get my blanket ready for the end, but I'm gonna come on to the back. So easing your way down slowly, right onto your back. Come onto your lower back for a moment, then roll up. It's lovely. I always like to do this really slowly, and before coming right down, support the head, releasing the tightness in the back of the neck. So my head's just above the floor. My hands are supporting the head. I want the head to go down towards the floor, though. I want it to sink without releasing it completely. And then your neck will lengthen a bit more. Some beautiful stretching as well for your shoulders. And plant your feet into the floor. And release. Release your head. Rock it a little bit from side to side. Release your jaw. So teeth widen apart. And bring your right knee in towards your chest. Hold this pose for a few breaths. When you're ready, you can bring your belt onto your foot. I'm going to place it right at the ball of the foot, or the place just below the toes. And before we just hold our leg in this position, using the belt, we'll bend and straighten a few times. On the inhale, you can bend. On the exhale, straighten. And when you're straightening your leg, you're trying to find your place where it's just the right amount of effort, just the right amount of stretch for your leg. You can hold on to the ends of the belt, widen them out, and gently pull the ends of the belt down, at the same time lifting up through your heel. And breath here. And then we'll take both ends of the belt in the right hand and slowly open that leg out to the right side. Careful not to tip over to the right. Stay centered. It's right through your lower back. I like to drop the left knee out to the left side and just reach straight out through your foot. Opening right from the center point of your pelvis, the point of your energetic core there, the root chakra. You're opening, expanding outwards through your leg, right through your foot. Again, just find the right amount of effort. And when you're ready, slowly come back to center. I'm going to slide out through my left leg at this time. Switch hands on the belt. So the belt is now in my left hand. Reach your right arm out to the side. We're going to bring the leg across. And pause here for a few breaths. You don't have to go too far usually to feel this one. So you can take it in stages. Start off in that first place. Maybe just staying there. If it feels good, you can go a little bit further down. But you decide. And on your next breath, then slowly come back to center. This is a different position. If your left leg wasn't straight before, it is now. So feeling this position just a little differently. When you're ready, we're going to guide. So I'm going to keep the belt around the foot, but I'm going to bend the knee. This time, aiming the knee out to the side, bringing the foot across to the left. I'm going to bend my left knee, place the right ankle onto the front of the left thigh, coming into this pose here. And gently press with my hands against that right leg, pushing it away slightly. When you feel ready, you can slide your hands behind your left knee or use the belt. And some people even just need to back off a little bit depending on what's going on in their hips. Maybe even just using the blocks for support. You figure that out there if you can. Okay. And a few more breaths, slow and deep on the inhale, long and complete on the exhale. And then releasing, bring the left foot back down. We are going to keep that ankle on the thigh for a moment and just rock a little bit from side to side. Legs moving right to left. If you want to try coming into a twist in this position, I recommend using a bit of support on just on the left side of your body. I've got a couple blocks stacked right beside my left leg. And then you bring your right foot down onto those blocks in that position where your ankle was on the front of your thigh. Reach out through your right arm. Bit of a different pose here. If you want, you can also start to bring that right leg down a little bit more. Bring your left hand to the outside of the knee. Gently pressing it down. And on your next breath, then release. Bring both the legs back to center, reaching up through that right leg, and you can either keep it extended, lower it down, or bend at the knee and release it right down. For a moment, extend out through both legs and feel the right side compared to the left. You might feel a difference there. Feel right to the bottom of your feet. And slowly bend both knees again. You can bring your left knee in towards your chest. And we're going to loop the belt around the left foot. So get it there. And lift your foot up in the air, straightening your leg, bending your knee again on the inhale, exhale to straighten. This time as you straighten, let's hold that position. Let's add a little bit of pull down with the ends of the belt, lifting up through the heel. So you're just trying to bring your toes down a little bit more by pulling there on the belt. Maybe feeling that stretch a little bit more in the calf. Staying for a couple more breaths. Then we'll bring both ends of the belt in the left hand. You can reach your right arm to the side. Let your right leg move out to the side. Knee bent there, and reach and open through the left leg. Opening that leg out to the side. Pausing here. And just noticing where you feel this the most. And being in that comfortable place, just the right amount of effort or stretch without going beyond it. Next time you inhale, let's slowly bring that leg back to center. Straighten out through the right leg. Switch hands on your belt. Bring your ends of your belt into your right hand. Reach out through your left arm. Shoulder down. Bring that leg over to the right. And just to that first place again. Just the first place of feeling that sensation through the leg. Pausing here. Using your breath to help your body to release. Again, lengthen out through your exhales. And of course, you can go deeper when you're ready to bring in that leg a little bit more over. Might start to lift the hip a bit more. Keep that left shoulder down. And then slowly come back to center. At this point, we're going to bend the right knee again, foot on the floor. We're going to direct the ankle over to the thigh, pressing gently on your left leg with your left hand. Breathing slow and deep. When you're ready, you can bring your hands behind your leg or find one of those other variations that works for you. Foot on the blocks or using the belt. So if you have some kind of support you can use, we're going to bring it over to the right side as we begin. We're going to come into a little bit of that twist. So drop your right foot down. Rock your legs from side to side a few times. You don't have to go too far, just a slight movement from side to side. And then if you want to come into the twist, it's a bit of a different twist here. Support your left foot if you can. If this doesn't feel good, you can always bring both legs back together like a normal twist, reclining twist to the side. But it's just a different way to do it today. Bring your right hand on the outside of your left knee. Left shoulder down. We can reach out to your left arm just a little bit more. And then come back to center. Bring that leg in and then lift your leg straight up. Slowly bring it down. Once your leg is on the floor, release both legs, shake out through your feet. We'll come into the reclining version of butterfly for a moment. If you have something you can put underneath your knees, this feels awesome. So I'm bringing the soles of my feet together, knees wide apart. And if you don't have a bolster, you could try that, supporting the legs on the outsides of your legs with blocks or pillows, whatever you've got. At this point, if you want to also cover up a little bit more, because we're going to move right into our final pose here, and that is Shavasana. If you have something you can place over your eyes, go for it. Let your upper back sink, shoulders releasing. Let go of your arms. If you'd like, you can bring them outwards, palms facing up. Let the head sink down. Settle here. Your entire body sinks down towards the earth. Feeling all those connection points, back of the head, backs of the shoulders, arms, hands. Come back up, shoulders, back, hips, legs, and feet. And just feeling into the soles of your feet for a moment. Bringing your awareness there. And move up through your legs to your hips, resting your awareness at your hips for a moment. And then bring your attention up to your heart center. Here, love resides, unconditional love. Breathe softly in and out of your heart center, just to help awaken the energies there. And bring your focus up to the third eye point for a moment, right at the center of your forehead. And with your awareness coming up to the top of your head, and then resting here, releasing that focused attention on specific areas, and just allow your whole body to relax. feel through your whole entire self, moving deeper and deeper inward. Getting a deeper sense of your truest self, how you feel. At the end of the day, we can release all that's been troubling us, anything that's been weighing us down. Just let it go. For right now, it really doesn't matter. Bring yourself more fully into the present. Allow your breath to breathe you. Well, just starting to recognize we're going to come out right away. So just before if you find you're going to nod off, just start to wiggle your toes and your fingers, deepening your breath, rocking your head from side to side. Taking one last stretch, maybe a full body stretch, whatever feels good. Maybe reaching through your arms. Releasing your legs from your position. You can bring your knees into your chest again. And gently, whenever you're ready, you can roll over onto your side. Make sure to use your arms when you want to come up to sitting so that you don't put any tension in your back. Just your back is really relaxed, hopefully now. So we want to just keep that going. And we'll just sit for one moment. Just more fully before we move out of this position, allowing your whole body to absorb these energies, these healing energies that are released in our practice. And when you're ready to close your practice, you can bring your hands together at your heart. And namaste. And thank you so much for practicing yoga with me tonight. I hope you have a wonderful sleep, and we'll see you again soon.